Best quotes of Florence Nightingale. Never give nor take an excuse. Ignite the mind spark to rise the sun in you. There is no part of my life upon which I can look back without pain. Mankind must make heaven before we can go to heaven in this world, as in any other. Remember my name. You'll be screaming it later. Rather, 10 times, die in the surf heralding the way to a new world, than stand idly on the shore. Never lose an opportunity of urging a practical beginning. Woman has nothing but her affections, and this makes her at once more loving and less loved. How very little can be done under the spirit of fear. The world is put back by the death of everyone who has to sacrifice the development of his or her peculiar gifts to conventionality. Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. For it may safely be said, not that the habit of ready and correct observation will by itself make us useful nurses, but that without it, we shall be useless with all our devotion. For the sick, it is important to have the best. God spoke to me and called me to his service. What form this service was to take, the voice did not say. The very first requirement in a hospital is that it should do the sick no harm. If a patient is cold, if a patient is feverish, if a patient is faint, if he is sick after taking food, if he has a bed sore, it is generally the fault not of the disease, but of the nursing. The best nurses have the essential qualifications before they go to school. To understand God's thoughts, one must study statistics, for these are the measure of his purpose. Let us never consider ourselves finished nurses. We must be learning all of our lives. In it, and in the other prayers of the mystics, there is scarcely a petition. There is never a word of the theory that God's dealings with us are to show his power. Still less of the theory. Let each person tell the truth from his own experience. Everything is sketchy. The world does nothing but sketch. Life is a hard fight, a struggle, a wrestling with the principle of evil, hand to hand, foot to foot. Every inch of the way is disputed. The night is given us to take a breath, to pray, to drink deep at the fountain of power. The day, to use the strength which has been given us, to go forth to work with it till the evening. Patriotism is not enough. There must be no hatred or bitterness for anyone. Live life when you have it. Life is a splendid gift. There is nothing small about it, for the greatest things grow by God's law out of the smallest. You must not fritter it away in fair purpose, erring act, inconstant will. But make your thoughts, your acts, all work to the same end, and that end, not self but God. That is what we call character. Never dispute with anybody who wishes to contradict you, says a most reasonable saint. Let whoever is in charge keep this simple question in her head. How can I provide for this right thing to be always done? To be a fellow worker with God is the highest aspiration of which we can conceive man capable. Florence Nightingale's life story is nothing short of inspiring. She gave up a life of luxury and went against her parents' wishes to pursue nursing in 1844. As a nurse, she was so dedicated that instead of sleeping, she did nighttime rounds to tend to patients while carrying a lamp, hence her nickname, Lady with the Lamp. Nightingale tackled everything that life threw at her and came out successful. She was the founder of modern nursing and is a figurehead in nursing. To this day, she is still regarded as a hero, and that is why, as nurses, we often look up to her for inspiration. Thank you for watching.